guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to continue on my labor and delivery story, and we're going to talk about my recovery. So now we're gonna go over my recovery. So I just had my C-section, baby is out, baby's healthy, he's gone with the pediatric center, and I am just laid out on this table as they stitch me up and I start the recovery process. So I laid at that table for a good 20-30 minutes while they do whatever they had to do to make sure that I'm okay. They take out the placenta, they clean up everything, they clean out your womb and make sure everything's good to go, and they stitch you up and get you situated. So after I got all stitched up, they wheeled me into this room for recovery. They're checking my temperature, they're checking everything to make sure I'm okay, I'm not going into shock, I'm not, I'm good and stable. Same thing with baby, they're making sure baby's stable, that he doesn't have jaundice, that he doesn't have any, underlying issues that they don't see right away. So they're checking baby out, they checked me out. So I'm there, I'm ready and waiting because they bring baby in for us to have 90 minutes of skin to skin. And oh my goodness, it was the most precious 90 moments of my life. He was crying and then he laid his head on my chest. He heard my heartbeat and my voice and felt my warmth and just melted, and so did I. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's my baby. Yeah, I was just holding him and he was just so precious, and we got to have that bonding moment to have skin to skin, and it's just so special. Nobody else is allowed back there, just you, your husband, and the baby. So we had that nice moment. And also I want to encourage you guys, let your husbands have skin to skin with baby too. At that time I was like, honey, take off your shirt, go ahead. I made sure he bathed in Dove soap. I like Dove soap because it doesn't have much of that fragrance. Normally my husband likes to use like those really fragranted soaps. They smell great, but I just didn't want, my fresh baby, fresh out of the womb, to put his face on his chest and have that fragrance on his skin. So I had him bathe in just regular Dove soap, and yeah, he got to do skin to skin time with baby and bond with our son as well. It was just so very special. I'll never forget that moment. So then my husband and the doctor started to tell me all the funny stories of my son when he was born. So when he came out and they took him over to get checked, they placed him on his stomach and he was like, zoom, and he lifted his head up and they all went, whoa, like, what is he doing? So my son, oh my goodness, when I did the video for 0 to 3 month development, my son has held his neck up since he was like 2-3 weeks old. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. He had the strongest neck ever. He's just always ahead of his milestones because it just seems like he wants to be that big boy. Some of my friends say no, he just wants his sibling to hurry up and come, but no, he just wants to be that big boy all the time. But yeah, they laid him on his stomach and he was like, zoom, and he was looking around at people and they would come and poke him and he would move their hand. They were freaking out, like, whoa. But it's so cool because you see those humanistic instincts to survive. Like, you just see that in a brand new baby. You see it. He's a fighter. He was not playing. And so one of the nurses told me that she was looking at him and she's studying him to see if there was any fluid still in his lungs, and she could kind of see that he still had some. So they grabbed a tube and they put it down his throat to kind of get it out. So she said she's wheeling it in there, and then he grabbed it and then he went like this and grabbed the other one. She's like, it was so crazy. I was just like cracking up. They're like, what kind of superhuman baby did you give birth to? I was cracking up. It was so funny to us, and we're just like, oh, look at him showing his personality. His first day out of the womb, he got to show everybody. So at this time they wheeled me back into my room, and they took baby and to go underneath the warmer and just to finish their checkups and make sure baby's okay. And they started to bring me into my room so that I can rest. My family finally got to come in and they got to meet. My parents got to meet their grandson, and my sister got to meet her nephew, and it was just so special. It was so special. Like, oh my goodness. And I'm very thankful that this hospital allows you to have quite a bit of people in the room with you if you want. So I could have my family there, and we just basked in the beautiful feeling of bringing new life into this world. I mean, he was just everything. So perfect. There's just something so perfect about a newborn baby. It's just like, oh my goodness, you just look at them and they're just perfection, you know. So we thoroughly enjoyed just looking at him and starting to see who he looks like already, and just, you know, hearing his little voice, you know, his little cries and his little sounds, and checking out his little hands and his little feet. It was just like, oh my goodness, it was amazing. So now the night is over and everybody's gotta go. They started clearing out my family. They were kind enough to let my family stay a little bit later because things just kind of got rolling a little bit later. So they sent my family home, and here it is, my first night as a mom. I was scared. I was like, Lord, you gotta help me because I can't do this on my own. And yeah, I was just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I would hold him like, oh my gosh, I'm a mom, oh my gosh, it's my baby, this is my baby. Like, I was just all... I was like, oh my goodness, I was freaking out. I would have moments where I'd be like, oh my god, and then I'd have moments where I literally would just cry. I would just hold him and thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy that I have this little baby. I don't know if you've seen that meme with the otter, and she like has her little baby otter and she's like, look what I made, y'all. Like, that was me. I was like, leg, mommy, daddy, leg. Like, it was, oh my gosh, so precious. So right away, the nurses come in, they start making sure you're okay, that you're comfortable. They start giving you the lowdown. They give you this wrap that goes around your body. Oh, thank God. It just helps keep everything in. Tip, ladies, so when you go through a C-section and you need to laugh or you need to sneeze, grab a pillow, place it over your incision, hold it down, and cough or sneeze or laugh. That's the only way that it doesn't hurt. Other than that, when people make you laugh, and you're gonna be just bubbly and happy and excited for your new baby, so you might start to giggle and be like, oh my god. And so that was, yeah, that's a big tip for you guys there, because yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, don't have to, if I had to sneeze, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, achoo, oh, that hurt. So there's a little tip for you. Once I learned that, I was like, oh, thank God, what a lifesaver. But yeah, they immediately send the nurses and the lactation specialists in to give you all these tips and to help you through your first night, because it's like, it's a little intimidating. You're like, wow, wait, all of you guys are gonna leave, but wait, there's this baby and he's just here, and I don't know what to do, and I'm still learning how to breastfeed. So I'm gonna do a video on breastfeeding, but just to give you a little bit, what your body does, which again, our bodies are so cool, ladies. What your body does is produce what's called colostrum, and there's just enough nutrients, proteins, and different things in your colostrum to keep baby you know, good until your milk comes in. So you might be wondering, like, what do I do? I don't have milk right away, my milk didn't come in yet, and I'm here at the hospital with baby. How am I gonna feed him? Just allow baby to suck. As baby sucks, he gets your breast ready for the milk. The milk starts, you know, getting ready to come out. So just continue to allow baby to nurse on you, because it will come. But in the meantime, the colostrum that you produce, it helps. It gives baby the nutrients. There's enough nutrients in your colostrum to sustain baby until your milk comes in. Isn't that cool? Like, God just designed us so very well. So yeah, I'm calling in the lactation specialist. Help me. How do I get him to latch? What do I do? They were so very helpful. I mean, let me tell you something. Have no shame in your game, because these days of recovery, that's all you have before you're home by yourself. You know, I'm very blessed to have help from my mom and my siblings and my aunties and stuff, but not everybody has that. So while you're in the hospital, take advantage of the nurses and the lactation specialists being at your beck and call. Like, I would just press the button. I'm so sorry to bother you again. Do you mind coming in here and just showing me that one hold one more time, because I'm trying to feed him and it's not working? And they would come in and I'm like, yeah, I was trying to do this one. Maybe I could do another one. Can you show me? Can you help me? Ask politely, ladies. Don't be, you know, can you come in here? Don't get frustrated. Don't be rude. I promise you that being kind will get you a long way, because they will be so willing to come in and help you. And one of the nurses actually came in and asked for him. Like, he's so cute, we all love him in the nursery. Can I take him? You need your rest. You just get some rest and I'll take him. So I'm like, okay, sure. So she took him into the nursery and I was able to get a little bit of rest for that night. It was nice. It's like, thank you, God. And you need your rest. You need to recover, so don't feel bad. There's going to be a part of you that wants to keep baby with you because you're just so astonished, but get your rest. take advantage of the help that's there, because there's not a nurse that's going to come in the middle of the night when you go home in a few days. So first things first, after your C-section, the thing that they want you to do is use the bathroom. So that's part of your recovery. They want to make sure that you regain the ability to pee and poop on your own. So they take the catheter out, they walk you to the bathroom, and let me tell you, the second you stand up, your legs feel like jelly. Like, I felt like I was gonna just fall over. The nurses were there holding me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. They're like, you got it, you got it. But as you kind of start to take your steps, you kind of start to, you know, regain it a little bit. And so she sat me on the she sat me on the toilet. Let me tell you guys, like, having a baby, okay, if you are a dignified person and you just have trouble being undignified, you're gonna have trouble with labor and delivery, because it is your most undignified moment ever, like, in front of people. Even though you don't know these people, it's still your most undignified moments ever in front of people. You're almost so helpless because you're recovering from a major surgery and you just had a baby. It's a lot. And even though they're there to help you, it's embarrassing sometimes and so undignified. So I'm sitting on the toilet, and here's these two nurses watching me, and I'm just like, because I can feel the sensation like I want to use the bathroom, but it wasn't coming out. I'm turning the faucet on, you know, to try to get the watery sound and try to make me go. They gave me one of these, they put warm water in it, and they're like, just squirt it. So I'm trying to squirt it and make myself go. Oh my gosh, I had the hardest time. So after being there for a while, I mean, my behind was getting numb from sitting there. I was just like, ma'ams, can y'all help me get back to my bed? I'll try again later, I promise. So they're like, okay. And so I laid there, and they're like, well, call us, we'll help you get to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, but I already started to feel like, hey, I could probably get around pretty good, like, if I move slow. So I laid around for a while, and then I was like, okay, I feel the urge to use the bathroom now. Like, not like I'll have to make myself try to go, but I actually feel like I have to go, and I think I'll be more successful with going now, you know? So I grabbed my husband, I'm like, help me get to the bathroom. I get to the bathroom, I laid there for a bit, and oh my gosh, it was so hard. I'm pushing, and I can feel it like I have to, but I'm like, oh God. And finally it came out, and when it came out, it was like, yes. Oh, thank God. And you just feel this relief. Your whole body feels relieved. You're just like, yeah, thanks. And yeah, it's funny. And then the next day I did my first poo, so that was great. So everything was in my recovery was starting to go really well. I was able to get up and walk with no issues, and pee and poop again with fairly no issues. Took me some time, you know, but I got there, so I was really thankful for that. All of that happening in the next day. Where I'm at, they tell you that if you have a C-section, you can stay in the hospital for up to 3 days. Unless you had a complication, then it can go up to like 5 days. But usually, like, if you have a child vaginally, then usually about a day or two, and then they send you home. But in a C-section, like 3 to 5 days is a possibility of you being in the hospital. So I was there for 3 days. So I made sure that in that 3 days, I called the lactation specialist every time I had a question. I called the nurses anytime I needed to do something, or if there was something that I was nervous to do, I would call them and be like, can you do it? And I just watch you, and then I can learn how to do it. Like, I made sure that I learned from these women, because that's what they're there for. And I was not going to be too proud to ask anything of them. So I'm really thankful too, because I ended up learning so much in those 3 days, and it really just kick-started me. It was great. And so yeah, I learned a lot about you know, the breastfeeding. It's challenging. Hey mamas, I feel you out there. It's challenging learning how to breastfeed, getting baby to latch, getting the right positioning, you know, to best, you know, allow baby to get what he needs from you. It's a lot. But by the morning, I think a Sunday morning, so I had him on Thursday, September 5th, 2019, so I stayed Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning we left. By Sunday morning, my milk came in. So just to encourage you, like, just keep going, because it comes in. It might not come in right away, but you have enough colostrum that keeps baby sustained until your milk comes in. But in the meantime, I was taking advantage of the lactation specialist, having them come in and show me, you know, the different holds and how to properly feed baby. So another part of the recovery is the first time you take a bath. It's really interesting, and they come and they give you this film and they place it over your stomach, and then you take a shower. And I'm very like, if they tell you it's not supposed to get wet, it shouldn't get wet. So I pasted this thing on me, and I get in the shower, and as soon as the water hits me, it starts coming off, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I told the nurse, like, I got it wet, because this thing didn't work. So don't freak out if it doesn't work. They let me know, like, just keep it dry, keep it clean, like it shouldn't be a problem, but you aren't supposed to get it wet. So don't just like go in there and be like, oh, whatever, it'll be okay. Try not to get it wet, but if it gets wet, they'll help you. So let the nurse know. Make sure you guys are communicating everything that's happening, because it's really important to let them know they can help you. So I was like, oh my goodness, nurse, I got it wet. And she's like, it's okay, you know, we'll clean it up, we'll get it dry, you know, just keep it dry, keep it clean. And you know, that might happen sometimes, you know. So I was like, okay, oh my goodness. But I can't lie, I was freaking out at first. I was like, oh my gosh, I got it wet, they told me I shouldn't. And you know, it's kind of scary, you know, having that incision there. So I'm just trying to be mindful of it and be careful of it. So baby's first poop, honey, let me tell you, baby's first poop, it's like tar. It's like black and goopy. It's so sticky, and man, was it sticking to baby. So Vaseline is gonna be your best friend, okay? Vaseline, I used to, you know, rub it on his booty cheeks, and that way when the tar stuff would come out, it's just a little bit easier to wipe all of that up, because it's like, whoa. And it's just all the gunk that's in his system, you know, from being in the womb. It's still in there, and so that's what his first poop is really made out of. So it's stinky, let me tell you. It smelled like rotten eggs. Every time he would pass gas, when we had guests over, he'd pass gas, and I'd be like, sorry guys, that's the baby. And oof, yeah, it's bad. It smelled like rotten eggs. It smelled like a baby who'd been in the womb, and you know, some of that food was still sticking in there. So yeah, oh, use the Vaseline with the tarry poo. It definitely helps. So on September 7th in the afternoon, he was circumcised, and I was very nervous about how to clean his circumcision. So like I told you guys, take advantage of the people there. I called the nurse and I was like, can you show me how to do it? So she would do it, you know, show me how to clean it, and then just put the gauze back on it. You put the Vaseline on it, put the gauze back on it, and then you put a little Vaseline on the diaper as well, so that way it doesn't get stuck to it. And you have to continue doing that as it heals. So I was just really nervous about that, and I was like, the first 2 times I was like, oh, I can't do it. Call her. So we would call the nurse. Can you come in? Can I watch you do it again? Thank you. I'm so sorry. And I would just watch her, and she'd be like, it's okay. Call me. That's what I'm here for. I'm telling you, kindness goes a long way, you guys. Be kind, because people, you know, they were more than happy to help me as many times as I asked for things, and I had no shame in taking their help. That's what they're there for. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed serving our family, and they enjoyed Jeremiah. Apparently he was the talk of the nursery. I'm not surprised, but yeah, they just really enjoyed having us there, and we enjoyed being there. I appreciate every single nurse, lactation specialist that came in. I mean, they were just amazing. Around the clock, these women help you. So don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're just going to be left alone. You know, you have with this kid, and you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do? There are people there that are strategically placed there to help you, okay? These nurses, they will help you. The lactation specialists, they're all there to help you go ahead and get your reins as a mom, and you know, feel confident about the day that it's time for you to leave. So then we had our many visitors. Thank you to everyone that came to visit our baby and meet our baby. Oh, it was so precious. It was so nice to see all of our friends and family just coming and loving on our son and being so excited to see him and meet him. It was just precious. I'll show you guys some pictures of that, but it was just an amazing overall experience. So after our visitors left, we were just like, wow, here we go. Begins our journey as parents. Like, we were so excited, you know, all the things leading up to this day, and we were finally here. We were finally holding our little baby. Like, it was amazing. So we took the time to make sure that we took classes that were available there. We learned a lot about colic and different things, and gassy baby, which we ended up really needing. I'll do a video about what 0 to 3 months was like for us as well, and I'll include that. But oh man, we were just so thankful. Thank you to everybody for all your thoughts and prayers, all of our friends and family that were there to support us, who came to meet baby and check on us and make sure we were okay. And thank you to the hospital staff. You guys were amazing. I don't know if I can say the hospital's name on camera and stuff like that and put it out in the public, but I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but anyway, thank you to all the hospital staff and my doctor. Oh, I'm just so thankful for all the team that it took to bring him into this world. I didn't do it by myself. So I'm very thankful for all of the hospital staff and the doctors and everybody who just was so kind, so helpful. Even when I was just like, oh, what is C-section? They were just so gentle and kind and helpful. I'm thankful to have doctors that listen to me. I know there's a big percentage of African American women who don't have good experiences, or healthy experiences, or even make it out alive from their labor and delivery or pregnancy. So I'm thankful that I had doctors and specialists that were there, that listened to me, that were there to make sure everything went smoothly as they can go with all the bumps that happened. So I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. And yeah, he's here. My son is here. And there's no greater feeling, man, I'm telling you, than when you look into that baby's eyes. Oh my God. When you see those eyes, it's just like you're just taking over. You're just like, oh my goodness. Everything that seems so big just seems so small now when you look into the eyes of this little baby whose life you get to be a part of and you get to raise and love on forever. It's just so special. But yeah, that's what it was like for me. And so the next day we got up, you know, after Saturday having our visitors and whatnot, we got up and we went home. I was like, my doctor's like, are you ready? I was like, no, I think I need one more day. And my doctor's like, Lasha, you are fine. So yeah, I began to get ready to leave. We started packing up and got baby in his cute little, you know, outfit ready to go. The nurse comes in and helps show you how to put baby in the car seat, what the rules are, how to get everything situated, and you leave. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I cried the whole way home because I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I have a baby. And yeah, it was just like, wow. It was really such a beautiful experience. There's so many things that we go through that are so cool as a mom too. So I'm sitting in the room and me and my family, we're talking, we're laughing, we're having a good time. Joy is just bubbling over as you know, our son was born. And all of a sudden I hear crying and I'm like, wait a minute, that's my baby. I knew it was my baby. You could not tell me, honey, that was not my baby. I knew it and I wanted to know where he was. This mama bear thing just comes over you, I'm telling you. It's not something you plan on having. It's not something that you kick in within yourself. It just kicks in on its own. And I was just like, where's my baby? Where's my baby? So we're all talking. I go, hold on guys, I'll be right back. So I put on my robe and my little slippers and I walk into the hallway and I come around the corner and there he is. He's in the little bin. You know, they put baby in this little bin and they're pushing him and she goes, oh, hi, sorry, I was just switching out his wristband because, you know, his wristband, they change it. So they were switching out his wristband and, you know, he got a little cold from her switching it and started crying. So she was like, you heard him crying from all the way? Yes, ma'am, I heard him crying from all the way over there around the corner down the hall. So I came to make sure my baby was okay. And she started laughing. She's like, I'm telling you, it kicks in right away, man. The mother instincts. I was like, it's so true. Like, you can distinguish your baby's cry out of everybody's cry. It was only like day 2 and you know your baby's cry. I mean, I could hear other babies crying. I mean, I'm in a room next to other women who just had their baby as well. It's not like my room is isolated. I could hear other babies crying, but I knew that's not what I was hearing. My baby is around here somewhere crying, and I followed his cry until I found him. Even the nurses got a kick out of that. We were cracking up. It was so funny. So I was so excited to have visitors come and meet my new baby, and I had it all planned out to have matching outfits. And so many people asked me where I got these matching outfits from, so I just wanted to let you guys know I got it from Etsy. I'll post a picture up, but yeah, I got it from Etsy and it was so adorable, and me and baby had a little matching outfits, and hubby wore a navy blue top to kind of match us. So yeah, I got it from Etsy. I was super excited to wear it and we looked so cute to be all uniformed together. All the nurses and staff really loved it too. And one thing that they check for in your recovery is they want to make sure that nothing is swollen, especially your legs. They want to make sure your legs and stuff don't get over swollen. The blood, you know, you just had a major surgery and stuff, so they want to make sure the blood is flowing well in your bottom half of your body as well. So what helped me, I didn't even realize it, but when I went into labor, I had on my compression socks because I would swell up so much during my pregnancy. So I had on my compression socks and they kept me so warm that I kept them on. on. So I didn't even realize how much they were helping me. So a doctor would come in and check my legs, and they were like, whoa, like, you're doing really good, you're not swollen or anything. Most people swell up. And I was like, oh, I think because my socks are compression socks. They're like, oh, that was so smart. And I'm like, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, that's what I had on. But I was just like, I didn't know, it's what I had on, and I just never took it off. So and I had some with me because I was just like the only socks I was wearing at the time, because like I said, I would get so swollen. So hey, little tip, wear compression socks when you're going into labor, because, or make sure you pack some in your hospital bag, because apparently that ended up helping me not to swell up too much. And it could have been what contributed to my recovery too, like as far as like you know, I was walking around pretty quickly and pretty easily right after, so that could be it. So even though I was walking around pretty easily and stuff, take it easy, don't overdo it, do what's good for you. For me, I knew what I was doing. I wasn't straining myself too much, you know, my body's pretty strong. I was like, you know, I'm okay. Don't overdo it. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Don't, you know, you don't want to hurt yourself. You definitely don't want to do anything to hurt yourself during this time of recovery. You want your body to heal up and get strong, because you got to take care of this baby. So don't overdo it. But for me, I felt really good. I felt really strong, and if I could get up, I would. But most times I would try to just rest and take it easy and just prepare for, you know, taking care of my kid. Oh my gosh. Best feeling ever. And as I said earlier, like, I will document the next one a lot more, especially now that I know what to expect, and especially like in the labor and delivery portion of it, I'll know like what we can record and what we can and whatnot. So yeah, I'll document it a lot more, so I think that'll be cool to do that. So yeah. Okay guys, well that's pretty much it in my recovery story. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go over newborn must-haves. Hey you guys, so one part of recovery that I forgot to mention in this video is postpartum bleeding. Whether you had a vaginal delivery or a C-section, you will experience bleeding in your recovery. Thankfully, the hospital provides what seems like the biggest pad you'll ever see, along with mesh underwear. What I also found very helpful was bringing Depends. They are the only thing similar to what the hospital provides, and they were comfy and they did the job. Well, that's all I wanted to add. Thanks so much again for watching. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn those notifications on, honey. I'll see you in the next video.